What's going on, guys? We are back. Yes, we are finally going to be talking about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan Season 3. Now, again, I know I have not been doing episode by episode on Raising Kanan, but I wanted to go ahead and give you guys my full review of Season 3, what my thoughts were, and what also going into possible Season 4 would go to as well, and just how everything kind of concluded with this season. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to assume that anybody that's listening to this, you've already seen the finale. I finally was able to watch it, and damn, man, my mind was blown on this. I was not expecting, honestly, a lot of what occurred. So just to go over the entirety of this episode of Ronnie putting a hit out on Rock, which we all knew was going to happen, and then Kane finding out and actually showing that he still cares about Rock, and then also trying to learn from his mistakes, but at the same time also learning about what had occurred. Now, this is what's going to really get me, is how this ended. Now, again, for those of you that's seen this, good. If those of you have not, again, this is going to be spoiler territory. I'm going to start off with small stuff. Let's start off with Lou. Lou went through a hell of a transition this season from not only trying to, I guess, deal with his issues of alcoholism, also dealing with once he's killed, and also trying to confess because he's not able to confess for everything that he's done, and then at the same time he causes a lot more problems, then goes into rehab, and then he's trying to off himself at the very end. So what is going to happen to Lou? I think one or two things is going to happen to Lou. One, one of three things. Either he's going to stay in the rehab facility for a lot longer than what we originally predict. Two, he's either going to off himself, or three, he's going to get out of the game entirely, because we got to see a little bit more of him, Marvin, and Rock's mom because of how she is, and that did not help, and also with him trying to rebuild the music career that he's trying to, and also having Famous alongside him to help him out, and then with Fame not only having issues with Kanan, but also going into now getting arrested for the second time this season of course, Freddy's murder, and of course his mom giving up the gun that he used, which she unknowingly know that he used, and the cops trying to press him. So again, is this going to be where Fame actually goes into prison for an amount of good time to where he may not be able to get out this round? Now, Jukebox went through a lot this season as well, from not only her father being in her corner, but also seeing the transition with Kanan of what he was going through this season, and then Juke, not only being around two different girls, that one became a rival, the other one became a friend/love interest. So the friend/love interest did try going with Kanan, did not work out, and then she went toward Juke due to she wanted something more with her than what actually was originally predicted. Now, I can see with now Juke still going into the military, of how it's going to be. Now again, she may be off for a while due to, we don't know if we're going to see more Jukebox. We don't know if we're going to see less of Jukebox. But at the same time, with her going into the military, it's going to complicate things, maybe to a certain degree, to where we are going to be seeing maybe a different side of Juke that we have not been seeing this season. And at the same time, we're going to be seeing where the other one that, of course, with Crystal, that could she be Sean's mother? Obviously, Kanan's baby mama. Is she the one that is going to be the mother to Kanan's future son? That is an unknown question. And then dealing, of course, with what happened in the very last scene with Howard being investigated now due to all his connections with the Thomas family, and then of course with his partner's death, and there was a lot of death in this season. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Ronnie was the most bitch character in this damn thing, man. He was the definition of not only I don't want to say a cringy character, but like just a creepy. He was a creepy character. He was a mysterious character, and by the way he got off, really made a lot of sense because of Kanan kind of playing him, which I kind of felt like was gonna happen. And when he finally got what he got, I was like, finally, because obviously with what happened with Unique, because again with Unique and Rock having a relationship, and then her putting it off to where she was wanting to make things work with Kanan, and then of course Kanan not knowing how things was going to turn out, and him wanting to be more in the life and making decisions that he did not agree with his mom on, and then find out everything that she did, and he didn't want nothing to do with her, and then finally at the very end coming to Rock's defense and finally saying, you went after my mother and I told you not to get in between me and my family, and Ronnie did. And of course that last scene with not only Rock going up against Kanan and Ronnie being killed by Kanan, but then Howard getting killed by Rock, and then who shows up at the very end, which is now Unique. Unique is alive. So everyone, from what I saw from in the Power world, that there were so many fans speculating, was he alive, was he dead? And I had some thoughts, maybe he could be alive, till we see a body. And it's that whole thing of, until we see a body, are they alive or are they dead? And that was the whole thing this season. And now that we know he's alive, is he going to have hate towards Kanan for killing his brother, even though his brother tried to off him? So that's going to be a little bit of an issue. Is he going to have issues toward Rock again due to her taking over the business that he pretty much took? And at the same time, what's going to happen to Howard, or how much more the police are going to investigate that due to the fact of he was already being investigated, now he's gone? What is going to happen? So there's a lot of unanswered questions going into season 4, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen. I think honestly Marvin's going to go down either one or two ways at some point, either in the ground or in jail. I think Rock is either going to be going in jail at some point, or she is going to somehow run or get out of life entirely. Because again, if you guys remember in Power, when Kanan gets out of jail, he does mention to Tommy and Ghost that he did see his mom. So we know that somehow Rock survives all this craziness throughout these years, but we just don't know how. Now, there's going to be a lot of unanswered questions, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with in season 4. But guys, what do you think of the finale of season 3 of Raising Kanan, book 3 for Power? It was insane. That's all I gotta say. It was insane. There was a lot of drama this season. There was a lot of craziness going on this season. There was a lot of hardships this season, and there was a lot of trust going on this season. And pretty much we did get to see where everything began with Kanan because of Ronnie, because Ronnie pulled what Kanan's going to pull in the future due to what he does with Tariq. So it's going to be rather interesting to see what's going to happen in the future of Power Book 3. So what are your thoughts, guys? Let me know down in the comments down below. If you guys are new to the channel, obviously about subscribing, leave a big like on the video if you guys enjoyed. I'm personally enjoying this more and more and more, especially with the building that they're putting into the world of Power. So what do you guys think? And I'll see you as always on the next one.